I'm going to briefly sum up what I did in the last video. Open Sublime Text. I created this Django app called Profiles. Open models.py. I then created this model and I called it Profile. This model has a name field and a description field. I could use these fields to store data. There is one error that I found I made with models.py. I remembered to tab in return self.name, but I didn't tab in def_Unicode. Tab it in just like this, have a look like this, and it'll work fine. In terminal, I then ran python manage.py make migrations. After, I ran python manage.py migrate. Moving forward, it is very important to remember that whenever a model has been changed or created, you have to run python manage.py make migrations, then python manage.py migrate. I'm done with the summary of what I did in the last video. Open terminal. Make sure your virtual environment is activated, and you know your virtual environment is activated when your virtual environment name is in brackets. Also, make sure that you're in the root of your project where manage.py is. Run your project's local development server by typing python manage.py run server. Copy this IP address and paste it into Chrome. Go to /admin. I'm already logged in. I'll now explain how Django's URLs work. Open try Django urls.py. Urls.py is the file where URL patterns are defined. When I put /admin here into my URL, the URL pattern for admin, this one, directs me to the Django admin page. This URL was automatically created when I first installed Django. To see how URLs work, delete the word admin. Type another URL pattern. I'm going to copy this, save urls.py. I'm going to open Chrome and refresh /admin. I get this error message because in urls.py, I changed the admin URL pattern. Type, or I'm going to paste in another URL pattern, and I get directed to Django admin. I just wanted to introduce to you how URLs in Django work. Go back and change this URL back to /admin. I'll talk more about URLs later. Open Chrome and search in Google for Django docs admin. I just want to show you where you could go if you want to know more about admin. The Django documentation is very helpful for that. You could find it at this URL. I want to manage the profile model in admin. Open Profiles, and in Profiles open admin.py. First, I need to import the profile model into admin. Type from .models import profile. So I'm importing this profile model. The .models means to look inside the same folder as admin.py. So look inside profiles for a file called models, and then import the profile model. So now the profile model has been imported. I can create my profile admin. So to make the profile model manageable through admin, type class profile admin admin.model admin. Class meta model equals profile, and then to register profile admin, type admin.site.register, and I'll register profile and profile admin. Save admin.py, open Chrome, refresh /admin, and I see Profiles is now in Admin. Click on Profiles and click Add Profile. Fill out the name and leave the description as a default. So I'll just put a name as Joe. So after I click Save, I see the profile for Joe, and I now have this new instance of Profile. The profile name is displayed because in models.py, here, I set the Unicode to return the profile name, self.name, name of the profile. So that's what's being displayed here. I'm going to add a new field to profile. I'll do this by opening models.py, copy this entire field for name, and paste it below description. I'm going to tab that in, make some space, and I'm going to call this field location. Save models.py. I'm going to open terminal, and remember, whenever a model is changed or created, I have to run python manage.py make migrations. I get this error message that says you are trying to add a non-nullable field location to profile without a default. Non-nullable means that this field cannot be empty in the database. This message also says that the database needs something to populate existing rows. The existing rows are my existing profiles that currently don't have a location. I could handle this in a few different ways. One way to fix this migration error would be to make the location field nullable. Another way to fix this migration error would be to let Django provide a one-off default for the profiles that don't have a location. So I'm going to quit this error message by typing 2 and pressing enter. I'll fix the migration error by adding a default value to location. So open models.py and type default equals my location. Save models.py, open terminal, and run python manage.py make migrations again. Okay, great. That fixes that migration error because now locations has a default to populate pre-existing rows, or should I say pre-existing profiles. So now I have to run python manage.py migrate to migrate these model changes to my database. Great. The profile model has been migrated to the project's database. So I'm going to run the server again. Type python manage.py run server. Go back to /admin and open profiles again. The default value for the location has been added to each profile, my location. I'm going to show you how to make a model field null. If a field is null, it can be empty in the database. This means that I won't get the same migration error, even if I don't have a default value, if the field is null. I'll show you what I mean. Open profiles models.py and copy location. Paste location below and change it to job. Change the default to my job. Or actually no, just delete this default, because I'm going to show you how to fix that migration error without using defaults. Type in its place null equals true. A char field, which this job field is, has defaults that have blank equals false, null equals false, and default equals null. None, should I say. Null equals false and default equals none is what caused that migration error earlier. To avoid that same migration error with the job field, I either need to have null equals true or I need to set a default value. So in this case, I have null equals true for the job field, and for the location field, I have default equals my location. This way I won't get that same migration error whenever I run python manage.py make migrations. So make sure you've saved models.py, open terminal, and quit the server with Control-C like it says, and run python manage.py make migrations. I get no migration error. Like I said, this is because the job field has null equals true. Remember, null equals true means that the job field can be blank in the database, so it doesn't need to have a default value. Now run python manage.py migrate. Run the server, python manage.py run server, go back to Chrome, refresh profile, click add profile, and leave the name, location, and job fields empty. I'm going to show you what happens. Click save, and I get these error message saying that these fields are required. This occurs because these fields' default is to have blank equals false. If a field has blank equal false, it must be filled out before the form can be saved. Open profiles/models.py. For the location field, type blank equals true. Save models.py, open terminal, cancel the server, and run python manage.py make migrations, then python manage.py migrate. Run the server again. Go back to profile, refresh it in admin, click add profile. The location field is no longer bold. You can see job description and name is. Since the location field is no longer bold, that's admin's way of telling you that this field can be empty and the form can still be saved. So I'll show you. I'm going to add another name, a job, and I'm going to leave location empty, and click save. And that profile saves no problem without a location. If I were to leave student empty, because blank equals true as a default for this char field that job is, I would not be able to save this profile with an empty job. So lastly, open models.py and delete the location and job field. I just created these fields to demonstrate some concepts. Save models.py, open terminal, quit the server, run python manage.py make migrations, python manage.py migrate, and see you in the next video. That wraps up this video.